Invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Catch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair. Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedar Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. Check it out. See, what I believe is we was granted the power. What's that? Power what? Power to make you dance. Like this.
I heard she's got a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But coming in after 12.
Check
I know
it out.
you're tired of her lies.
Yeah.
Just let her go what they did.
What?
Now take me for instance, babe. See, my love would drive you crazy. 'Cause I be going boom like an 808.
Baby,
Be making circles like a figure eight. You know it feels good from head to toe. Now hold on to me, baby, here we go.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Front row ready to keep it real from Hollywood to Hardwood tonight. First up, it's Scorpio season. Shout out to the Scorpios. Happy heavenly birthday to Natina Reed of the group Black. If you don't recall, Natina passed away at the age of 31, a couple of days before her 32nd birthday. Black was a group that Left Eye discovered and put out, and Natina actually sounds so much like Left Eye rapping. It was noted then, but just in hearing this track and listening to it, it's like Left Eye's spirit moved into Natina's body. Shout out to them. Shamari, another member of the group Black, she's married to Ronnie DeVoe of New Edition. They have twin boys. They've been together for quite some time. Shout out to them. So, coming in Tuesday with remembering blessings and a nice little throwback jam. All right, tonight we are getting into some things. We've got Denzel Washington reminding folks that there's a fine line between being a fan and being disrespectful. I'm just going to say it. People are crazy, but I'll let you be the judge because we have the interaction. And, you'll tell me what you think. And, of course, we are always on our Law and Order beat here. You know how that goes down. So, shout out to Andy. He's always on theme. On point. Listen, Drake continues to be litigious, but this time he is on the other end of a suit. He and streamer Adin Ross. And, spoiler alert, this involves gambling. So we'll get into those details. And, we know that people charge a lot for features, right? Whether that's a song, a little vocal, little chorus jump in, or 16 bars, right? So what happens if you make an agreement to give your bars for an appearance on your podcast? Well, that's what went down with Camron and Drake. I mean, not Drake. I'm sorry. Drake's still on the brain from the other conversation. With Camron and J. Cole. And we know J. Cole is, a peaceful guy. Seems like an honorable guy. right? Well, Camron is saying no, and he is suing J. Cole. So we'll get into those details. And, of course, we got a little Clarissa Shields update. But before we get into all of that, we like to start the night with a little bit of conversation starters. We're still buzzing off of the verses that took place over the weekend. Still little bits and pieces and tidbits coming out. We didn't even touch on how fans were very upset with Tamar Braxton because they felt she was too touchy-feely with Birdman. That scene from the Braxton show just aired. And there were rumors that, Tamar might have dated Birdman for a second back in the day, like 2003-ish. So people are speculating that might have been who Tawanda was referring to. But some other news has come out of it. Master P has confirmed that rapper Young Bleed is in ICU fighting for his life just days after the Cash Money versus No Limit versus. He posted to Instagram that Snoop Dogg and he were just talking about how they have to love each other while they're here. No details on what has sent Young Bleed to ICU, but we are certainly sending love and light to his family, healing energy, and say it again, Black men take care of your health. Black women too, but Black men take care of your health. Andy?
Not that the man is dead, but I do want to talk about a death in the hip-hop community. You know what I'm saying? I was a huge fan. Freestyle Friday, 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? He was, I believe, the first rapper on Freestyle Fridays on 106 in Park to be retired. You know what I'm saying? Winning 7 weeks in a row. My man Poster Boy passed away at the age of 43. I don't know any details behind that, but that was just a trip to see that too. 43, it is just like, come on now. Can we get to 60?
Right.
So rest in peace to Poster Boy.
Yeah, that too. So listen, take care of your health, everyone, especially during these times. When we come forward, we're going to get into all of these trending topics and headlines.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So first up, you know how this goes down. 800-920-1580. That's the number if you want to get in on the conversation. Of course, you can hit us up on social media. KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. You can download the app to catch past episodes or jump into the YouTube chat to get the visual to go along with this audio experience. Shout out to that. Okay, I got a couple of notes for you guys. First up. One, last night we had Jeff Pearlman on, author of Only God Can Judge Me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. Shout out to him. Go get it. I forgot to mention, I actually didn't know yet, but I'm mentioning it now. I'm quoted in the book, guys. So if you get it, Jeff, I am one of the 600 people that Jeff interviewed for the book. I probably should have mentioned that last night, didn't think about it, but I didn't. Here's the thing, with 600 people, you don't necessarily, and not that I knew it was that many during the initial interview, but it took place about 2 years ago. In 2023, late 23, I believe. And, I didn't necessarily expect that I would be quoted in the book, but I am. So, I don't remember what chapter, somewhere in the middle. He briefly talked about last night that he felt the death row era was the most complex Tupac. It is in that section. So if you read the book and you see it, send me a screenshot. Andy?
So what'd you talk about?
When we talked the interview, we talked about a lot of things because obviously, well, maybe not obviously to some, but I was in a Tupac video back in the day. I was in I Get Around. Tupac was a friend to me, like a big brother. And I also was friends with his sister, Seth, later on. So we talked about that time period, just kind of my experience knowing Tupac at that point in time. So, yeah.
So Jeff did his due diligence.
I believe that he did. I mean, he talked to Seth. Like he said, he talked to the first responder to Tupac at the shooting at the studio in New York. He talked to the gentleman that did the autopsy in Vegas. He talked to tons of, obviously, his classmates throughout his lifetime. He talked to some of the people in Marin. He talked to Leela Steinberg, who was his early manager. So, I mean, and that's just a few. Right? Like he literally said, talk to everyone because his approach is right. So if someone were doing, something about, let's say, Tavis's life, right? And they, maybe they couldn't talk to Tavis, right, about KBLA for whatever reason. But they talked to you, Andy. They talked to me. They talked to Zoe. They talked to Dr. Nye. They talked to Dominique. They may not have the complete essence, but they'll have, at least somewhat of a viewpoint and a vantage point of life at KBLA, hypothetically, Can
I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should share this online. Or if I should just, keep this behind the scenes. But keep it G. I was a little bit concerned. And I was just concerned about, it's 2025, and I feel like it's so many autobiographies, biographies, documentaries about Tupac. And, I was just kind of curious, like, okay, so we got another Tupac book out. What is so special about this? And, no offense, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't think, like, his kind would be in the midst. So I appreciate one of the first questions that you asked yesterday was, what was your inspiration behind it? You being who you are. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys understand what I'm asking or what I'm saying. But I'm not going to lie, after listening to him speak and the research, the thorough research that he did, I appreciated his spirit. And I felt like it didn't come from a place where he was just trying to, get a check. Because, the stories about LeBron's Lakers are out right now. And you look at the person who wrote the book and you're just like, what's up with y'all, man? Why y'all over here writing stories about, our kings out here? You feel me?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
But take that aside. I think I'm curious, obviously, to read the book. I'm curious to see, your contribution or whatnot. But I'll say my apprehension about, who he was and, his work towards it was changed. I appreciate it because I felt his spirit and I think it was pure.
I love that. See, that's what we do here. We break it down and we ask the questions that people want to know because I know people wanted to know that. And, it's a fair question, respectfully. And, I do feel like I even said to you, like, I don't have to see another Pac anything. I personally don't even listen to California Love anymore, right? And I love Pac down, but I do think at a certain point, and I understand our icons because I feel this way about Marilyn Monroe. Rest at some point. Or what about this story or thing that you're going to do is going to be so different other than your passion to do it, right? And so with Jeff, I feel him finding the baby behind the inspiration for Brenda Had a Baby and helping to reunite him with his mother.
That was big.
Maybe that was the purpose of the book because that was huge. I don't know. And there are some, again, interesting tidbits. And I do feel like I respect his work. I respect the amount of research he does for all of his books. So,
can I also say, I think, I don't know if it was being said out there, but like a lot of the mythology behind Tupac or whatnot, and I think one of the reasons why probably the death row Tupac was probably the most significant, I think is because you guys were like talking about it but not really saying it. But like when you look at the contrast of high school Tupac to death row Tupac, it felt like that wasn't really who Tupac was, and he was just, if anything, influenced by his surroundings or whatnot. And that's why I brought up the man was only 25. You know what I'm saying? He probably was trying to figure out himself. So I can understand how maybe, Death Row Tupac might have thrown some people off. But I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of people who was inspired by Death Row Tupac. So,
These are facts.
People can, I feel like, we're at a spectrum. Tupac can be Death Row Tupac. Maybe that's what he was evolving to. That doesn't necessarily make him not genuine or not true. You feel me? That probably just wasn't who he was as a youth. I don't know.
I think it's complicated. I think not to go deep, but we'll go a little deep. He was born under duress, right? His circumstance was stressful. We know now how that impacts maternal health and the baby, right? So he came into the world in chaos. He's a Gemini, if you're into astrology. So there is a duality to those individuals, which certainly would explain Tupac. He was gentle and kind and pure and curious, but he also had a chip on his shoulder and came from the environment and the struggles that he did, which carries a rage within you, right? We see it all the time. So, and the artistic side of him flourished or grew in a place where that is what they do. And I also think the 80s was a different time when he was in school. And just, I think there was a different circumstance. And I think that was the duality of him. I don't feel as though the death row side of him was fake per se. Because Tupac was hot-headed. He had a temper. We've seen that over and over again. But I do think that, just like you got your bestie that's going to hype you up, I think that he got hyped up. He was in the environment and he was 25 years old. It was the perfect mix for the unfortunateness that eventually took place, So shout out to that. That's one note. The other note is a random one. So last week when we were talking about the betting scandal, everything was coming in hot and fast. And we mentioned D'Angelo Russell because we came across what we thought was news. It was a meme. And you guys know that by now, but we just want to clear it up. D'Angelo Russell is not involved. We're still looking for the other participants, the mob ties and so forth, because thus far the only names that were on front and center and paraded out were those of the NBA, former, current, whatever related to that. And I know this investigation started during the Biden administration. It's been going on for about 6 years. However, right? Yes, we know they allegedly may have put themselves in this position. I do think for lack of a better term, perp walk or perp announcement had everything to do with a little bit of prodding, a little bit of get back, a little bit of showcasing because of the product, what it represents, and, let me thump you on your head a bit.
Andy? You talking about the NBA going woke? Back in the pandemic?
Yeah, that and a lot of the think about it. A lot of the players have spoken out against Trump and these things. Again, I am not saying that is why this happened. I am saying, though, that the advantage that they are taking with the situation and how it is being positioned seems to be being utilized to cover, manipulate, distract, and all of that. We are definitely on our X-Files beat here. We get into the conspiracy theories. Whether we believe them or not, we explore.
So basically what you're telling me is that the NBA has known this, or...
No, not the NBA.
Not the NBA, excuse me. The people at the top.
They've been investigating this for about 6 years.
So they've known this, though, for a long, long time. If they still allowed this to happen. So y'all know y'all was getting checks. I'm sorry. I feel like any sort of, I don't know what you want to call conspiracy, cool.
But
whatever.
Don't you have to gather evidence, though, to try and lock it down? It's the feds, right? And part of their thing is making sure that they wall you in with evidence. Although we saw that
somebody was in violation. I'm going to just say that. Somebody was in violation for all of this stuff to occur. These cats are, they're rolling in the bed with DraftKings, FanDuel, and all. They know. They know that the NBA is a part of this, if anything.
Well, you know that they are taking a hard look in their investigation of how they can protect the players
That's
more.
Media. That's media.
So that, because again, I've been mentioning this all along, and we'll get into this tomorrow. I'll actually get the clip tomorrow, but there's a clip, of a former mob guy and
Michael Franzese.
Exactly. I
watched it.
You watched it, where he talked about how they back them down.
Come on.
And I spoke a little bit about this last week. If you like to gamble, you got a lot of free time, and you slip up and people see you, they're watching you, they can take advantage of it. And we don't know that happened or not, but it seems plausible.
The WNBA needs to be careful, too.
What do you
After
say?
Nafeesa's Collier's comments.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just saying, especially with this administration, if this was like a ploy to like get you guys to bow down and like be quiet and don't be pushing back, I mean, it seems like it's effective right now.
Something's going on. Okay, so let's talk a little Denzel.
Hold on, though.
What?
It was kind of believable that D'Angelo Russell was involved, though.
It was, just because, D'Angelo talks a lot.
Shout out Nick Young.
Oh my gosh. I wonder. Well, I saw him talk about it a couple years ago and how he really feels about D'Angelo and how the league got in and they made him stay home and stay away and all of this stuff. That was a crazy time. Do you think, I mean, I know people said that we, actually, thank you, Fahima, in the chat. Shout out to the chat. You know, they get it in. We love Fahima. She said the investigation began, well, I did say 2019, but she is absolutely right. That was during Trump's first administration. 6 years ago was prior to the pandemic. Trump was in office.
So that long?
Well, remember, there's four, but it did continue during the Biden investigation, but she's absolutely right. It did start under Trump's admin.
That's over going on 10 years.
No, 6. It started in 2019. That was at the end of Trump's term.
Okay.
Yeah. So, tricky. Has it overshadowed the season for you? I know we're only a week in.
Not at all. Not at all. If you've been watching these games, if you've been watching Victor Wembanyama, ain't nobody worried about.
What do you think about him?
I'm becoming a fan. I feel like I want to get me a jersey now.
Do you think
it's still
the
Lakeshore all
Spurs?
day, but
yeah. Do you think the Spurs are gonna be back high up there?
Yeah. Outside of Wemby, they got some young bulls over there. Vassell, Castle, they got some young bulls.
Who's the coach now?
I don't even know. Some light-skinned dude. I have no idea.
All right. When we come forward, we're going to get into Denzel and more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Convict music. Guess who's back? Still here, haters. Akon and Obi. Trice. Yeah. What you gonna do with it, eh? What you gonna do? Take 'em on back to the street. That's why I keep the thing on my side. Stepping with the mindset of a mobster. You see it pass by. Tuck your chain in, cause he might rob ya. Got lots for sale. Drop tops for sale. Anything that you need, believe me, I'm gonna lace you. Just don't, whatever you do, snitch, cause you will get hit. Pray I don't face you.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Maryland is joining more than 24 states suing the Trump administration over suspended SNAP benefits. Black Attorney General Anthony Brown says over 680,000 Marylanders depend on the program. The lawsuit claims the USDA is withholding emergency funds, putting 42 million Americans at risk. The government shutdown drags on with no Senate action. Food aid runs out Saturday for 40 million Americans. Democrats want to address expiring Obamacare subsidies, but Republicans say the government must reopen first. Over 700,000 workers are furloughed and flight delays continue nationwide. And police are investigating after a digital road sign in Alpine, Utah was hacked to display a racist slur targeting black people and naming a local student. The sign was in front of a Latter-day Saints church. A $1,000 reward is being offered for information. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Slowing in Arleta. This is on the 5 northbound at Osborne. A crash is out of lanes. You're on the brakes away from Hollywood Way out of Burbank. Also in Elysian Park on the 5 southbound at the 2. A stall out of lanes in the center divider, slowing you down away from Los Feliz Boulevard. A wreck in Santa Ana. 5 northbound before 17th Street. The left lane is blocked due to a wreck. Delays out of Irvine getting away from Jeffrey Road. And the Cajon Pass, tough. 15 northbound, 215 merge all the way to the 138.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Is this the takeover? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Dodger fans might not see Shohei Ohtani swing the bat much the rest of the World Series. If first base is open, Toronto manager John Snyder confirmed that he intends to give Ohtani an intentional walk whenever he comes to the plate. Snyder has seen enough of Ohtani's offense. In the Dodgers' 13 playoff games, Ohtani has 8 homers, 15 hits, and 14 RBIs. Be prepared for a less productive performance at the plate from Otani tonight in Game 4. Jackson State, the only HBCU team ranked in the NCAA Division I AA poll, dropped from number 11 to number 20 this week after losing to Grambling Saturday in Las Vegas. Josh McCormick, a senior from Austin, Texas, kicked a 44-yard field goal with 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter to give Grambling a 26-24 upset win. A festive crowd of 29,655 showed up for the first ever HBCU football game played in Vegas. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You ready?
You're invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection. There will be health screenings, immunizations, wellness information, a Catch Charter School recruitment fair, plus music and healthy snacks. And it's all free at the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Come out and bring the entire family. And if you have not yet checked out our KBLA Health and Wellness Hub, you should at KBLA1580.com. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks Catch Charter School, Prudential, Eastside, Cedar Sinai, and St. John's Community Health. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that a healthy community is a thriving community.
That's right, baby.
Established in 2020 during a time of deep racial unrest across our state and country, the Black Freedom Fund was created to make sure that leaders and organizations working to support Black communities and build power have the resources they need to stay in the fight for the long haul. We believe that those closest to the issues impacting our communities know best how to solve them. That's why in just the last 5 years, we've granted more than $45 million to over 200 grassroots organizations across California. That is the largest collective investment in Black organizing in history, and we're just getting started. We are clear-eyed and committed, more now than ever, to our people, our power, and our possibility. Join us in creating a future where Black people harness their full power to shape their lives and realize a just world for all. Learn more at fundblackfreedom.org. That's fundblackfreedom.org. The Black Freedom Fund is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but boy, they pour when I'm thinking about you. Oh, no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. You, no, no, no. I've been thinking about you. Do you think about me still? Do you? Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever. Ooh. Or do you not think so far ahead? 'Cause I've been thinking about forever.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Scorpio gangin'. Happy birthday, Frank Ocean. Where is Frank Ocean? We're just never getting another album, right? That's it. Boom. Bye. Listen, shout out to the Dodgers. I forgot to start the night with that. Big ups to that.
We might lose this game.
We're probably going to lose this game tonight.
It's all right.
You know, 18 innings.
And shout out to Mitch Johnson the coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
That's his name, Mitch Johnson?
He's not no light-skinned dude.
He's not? Okay. What does he look like?
I mean, he's still light-skinned, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Out of respect.
You mean he has a name?
Yes.
Shout out to him. All right. Big ups to that. Okay, listen, let's get into Denzel Washington. So, you know, Denzel, our favorite unk, he is in his IDGAF era. And, you know, but fans get real familiar. And social media has breeded a new type of entitlement to me, right? And a fan saw Denzel sitting in a black car and rolled up on him in New York. And the fan accused Denzel of lying about his sobriety. So let's take a listen.
Damn, it's like that? Man, it's better when you're drinking, Mr. Washington. Yeah, okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a good lie. Seriously. That's messed up, bro. Watched all your Malcolm X is my best movie. I was watching it with my moms growing up, man. Huh? Of course I believe in God. That's why I wake up every morning and come out and hustle, not hurt nobody, and do dumb shit, do nigga shit that niggas do in the hood every day, all day. I just get autographs, Mr. Washington. Seriously. Do you believe in God? Seriously. Can I get one? You got the window open, man. Takes 2 seconds to help a brother out. Like, seriously. What's up? It's a sign right there. It's a face. It's a face. Yeah, I see it. It's an image of...
Who do you think it is?
It's God.
Who do you think took that picture?
You.
Who do you think that looked like?
You.
Who do you think took the picture?
You took the picture.
Oh, I was praying to God. I can see your face. Everybody says they can see your face. I heard turn to your left. That's what I saw.
That's beautiful.
Listen to me.
Yes.
You can play games with me.
I'm not playing games.
Listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You see, you can listen.
I'm listening, sorry.
You can play games with me.
But you can't play with him. Nah,
Okay,
you're
so
100%.
be careful when you talk to me
You're
about God.
So, one, why does a celebrity turning you down for a photo or an autograph warrant you to turn so quickly? We've seen this type of stuff before. I mean, to tell a man what his walk with sobriety is or is not. Now, it should be noted, and it probably, you know, just was a misspeak. In December 2024, Denzel did an interview where he noted that he stopped drinking at the age of 60. So it would be about 10 years sober, not 15. But, you know, who knows when he stopped and may have had a glass of wine and then, you know, whatever. We don't know the specifics, right? But if you want to get technical, there it is. But the audacity to approach someone who you say is a part of your favorite movie, and because they won't give you an autograph, were you trying to sell it? You said you a hustler. I don't get it. And I don't understand why people, I get it. You like this person. You have a familiarity with them. You think that you have a parasocial relationship because you see them so much. You know, you feel them. And we talk about relatability now and authenticity and how we connect. But they provide, in essence, an exchange of, you know, services. You pay money, you watch their stuff, they act in it and give you entertainment. That's about it. Andy?
I'm just mad that he called what he was doing hustling. And I feel like you ain't nothing but the paparazzi. And I feel like everybody who's, I don't know if you want to call that journalism, I don't know. But I feel like they all feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how TMZ works. I don't know how they be catching these cats at the airport or whatnot. It's ridiculous. But they feel that they have a job, though. That's the thing.
So here's the thing, right, with TMZ. And I know they're kind of rogue or whatever, but that is their job. You know, you can keep walking. You can, and we can go back to, what was it, 2007, 2008. The Britney Spears TMZ era where paparazzi were chasing people through the streets and stuff like that.
That's not cool.
But I also, like, there's two sides to this. One, you could keep moving. You're not in an interview session with them. You don't have to answer. Most of them aren't belligerent. Most of the team, they might ask a couple of times, but they're not violent.
Why is the camera in my face, though? Off the rip.
Indeed. 2, airport aside, there are certain areas that you can, for the most part, avoid the cameras in LA. And there's areas where the cameras are going to be. And we like that until we don't sometimes, right? But I do think that there is an entitlement because of social media that we feel more familiar with these individuals. And that parasocial relationship is crazy. Eminem put it down early that stans are crazy, that this is what they do. I mean, we've always known that, but I don't know. It's kind of off. So let me get to some of these comments in the chat. DJ Black 909 says, look like Frank. Oh, no, he was talking about Frank Ocean, but we'll continue with that. Looks like Frank quit while he was ahead. More recording artists should follow that example. Athletes, too.
If they know how to deal with their money.
I mean, money is a lot. But here's the other thing. Here's the flip side of it. Because I just saw an interview with, I want to say it was Salt of Salt and Pepper. By the way, they've made up with Spinderella. So, they're all good and accepting and, back together. But she talked about how, Salt and Pepper, they're going to be doing some new music. And she says she hears, the young people say, you should sit down. Oh, it's time. But she's like, they have a passion for making music. And people have a passion for making music. We've never seen an older generation of hip hop. And so if they still like making music, why should they not make music? It's not necessarily for the young people. It could be for their fans. So I don't know. We'll see. But shout out to Denzel for handling it. And, trying to share the word of God with the young man.
I mean, I hope he feels some kind of way, too, because he still kind of gave you his time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you low-key kind of cussed him out. I know you was frustrated that the fact that he didn't, give you the energy that you wanted, but he still gave it to you at the end of the day and wanted to teach you about God. I hope he humbles himself after that situation.
A lot of times people just want attention. When we come forward, we're going to get into the details of this lawsuit against Drake and Adin Ross, plus Camron and J. Cole on our Law and Order beat.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase offers tips for the local business owners in 2025. Small business landscape is ever changing, and the Los Angeles market is no exception. A startup or legacy business, revisiting your mission statement and recalibrating offerings can renew opportunities for growth and innovations. Programs like Chase for Business Coaching for Impact gives entrepreneurs access to expert guidance, helping you streamline operations, strategize your growth, and navigate complex challenges. Businesses with a clear sense of purpose can navigate any challenge effectively, but also build stronger customer loyalty. Visit chase.com/coaching for impact for more information. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, Downy in the rinse change.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. I was almost just like Jill. It's just Jill. We got a caller on the line, Vet from Carson. Welcome in. How are you this evening?
Hi. So I just wanted to, first of all, say that people need to realize that celebs are real people. They just need to see them as seriously just a person like themselves. And then if they actually see the person instead of focusing on the hype that they feel when they see this person, or what they're associated with, then maybe they wouldn't just bother them or have an expectation when they see them. And I've ran into several celebs just out and about. I remember seeing Layla Hathaway, going into the grocery store back when they had Fresh and Easy. And I just said hello to her. In that same area, I saw Shanae Grimes from the second 90210 in a Jamba Juice. And I saw Christina Milian, and I'm just going to give a few more examples, and then that's it very shortly. I saw Christina Milian years ago when her first child, her daughter, was a toddler. And she was just out in this little play area. I was there with my nephew. Her daughter and my nephew were playing together. And I didn't take any pictures of my nephew while he was playing with her daughter. I didn't ask Christina for an autograph or anything because she was out there with her baby. And then most recently, just last week, I saw Rhea Marshall, and I'm not going to say where I saw her at, but I'm really into the W and WNBA.
Oh, I knew what you meant, girl.
Before I knew it, I was like, oh my God, it's Rhea. And she heard me and she turned around. She was with some people and she smiled and said, how are you? And all of that. And I told her, I'm not going to fangirl, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm really proud of your accomplishments and congratulations on getting drafted into the W. And then I left it at that. And when I went into that same place a couple of days later, I asked one of the workers there, I was like, hey, so were you excited about who came in, or did you hear about who came in? And she was like, no, who is it? And so because she didn't know, I didn't tell her who it was, because I'm like, okay, well, if nobody recognized who it was, then I'm not going to out this person because she might come back. And she kept trying to get me to tell her who it was. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, I wish people would just focus on the fact that these people are people just like you. They do a job, that makes them visible but that does not mean that they owe you anything because you know who they are and they don't know who you are.
These are
Just
facts.
see them as folks and keep it moving.
These are facts. And how you handle it is perfectly okay. And I'm sure she appreciated that. But something that Andy mentioned and we talk about all the time, and Forrest Harrison in our chat mentioned, you're from LA County. I'm not going to disrespect Carson like that. I'm assuming. You're born and raised in LA? Vet?
Yeah, from Long Beach, but currently in Carson.
LA County, yeah, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
I think that for us that are from here specifically, we have always been exposed to celebrity. So I feel like, and not that I believe they were in New York, not that isn't necessarily the case in New York too. We've seen celebrities on subways, but I just feel like, especially in, LA, in our area, those surrounding areas, we're used to interacting with famous people. So we don't necessarily react, fangirl or fanboy in the moment. So thank you for your call, Vet. Oh, go ahead. You think so?
No, I was just going to say, I could see that. And, I mean, the first time that I saw celebrities just out and about, I was surprised and excited on the inside, but like I still wasn't going to bother them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I think it's rude, and if you do see them, you can say, "Oh, hi. I don't want to bother you. I just want to let you know that I appreciate your work. I'm a fan of your work." And then, like, keep it moving. Like, you don't have to ask them for anything.
And I think they appreciate that. Thank you so much for clocking in, Yvette. I appreciate you. Shout out to the W, too. Our Sparks are going to do it. I don't know if that's your team, but that's my team. So there we go. Okay, listen, we're going to get on our Law and Order beat really quick. We got 2 stories we're going to get into. First, thank you, Andy. A class action lawsuit was filed in Missouri that accuses Drake and Adin Ross of illegally promoting the crypto casino Stake.USA. It was filed October 27th in Jackson County Circuit Court. The allegations are misleading viewers by gambling with stakes supplied funds. So basically, Drake would show these tickets of these large bets that he was making through Stake, right? People started to notice that the odds wouldn't move with Drake making a bet with this amount of money. Come to find out, the money he was betting with is house money, for lack of a better terms, because it is the money that they are giving to him to bet on the thing. So it doesn't really affect the line. Right? The platform uses gold coins and Stake cash, allegedly skirting state gambling laws, right? The plaintiff is Justin Kilham, and he's suing on behalf of Missouri residents who lost money over the past 5 years, right? And this is a thing as far as like influencer capitalism. Adin Ross is a part of it as well, who's a big streamer, we know. And celebrities want the influencer bag without the FTC fine print. Can't do it. It's not going to work. You're getting into areas where there are laws for a reason. It's a slippery slope. You got to be careful. Gambling laws don't care about your follower count. So, we're going to be talking a lot about gambling, not just because of what happened in the NBA overall, because as I said before, we are going to have a huge gambling addiction problem in a few years.
Can I say this too?
Absolutely.
And I think I consider myself to be somewhat of a gambler, right? But also, I don't get depressed. I also don't bet my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. It's,
right.
For the most part, it's fun. But I will say that me gambling has made the viewing experience
different,
better
because
yes.
You're more excited about the game.
I'm more excited about the game, but I'm also watching games that if I didn't have any money at stake, I probably would not be watching this game. So I think that transfers to viewership, and that's what these sports leagues are looking for.
But here's the thing. Are you watching the game for the individual performances because of the prop bets and all of the things going on, or do you care about the team and the outcome? Because in some of these cases, the who wins is not the point. It's about the spread. It's about,
No, who wins too. There's something called the money line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends on what you're betting on.
True.
You know what I mean? The Lakers is the only squad that I care for.
Squad up.
You feel me? All the other teams, I'm a basketball guy, so I'm gonna watch a game. You feel me? But I might watch the Wizards go against the Sacramento Kings, just because I got Russell Westbrook on a prop bet or whatnot. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not trying to watch them two teams.
There it is. Well, Stake is based offshore and has previously been tied to Twitch bans and influencer controversy. The case could set a precedent on celebrity accountability for gambling marketing, especially when kids are watching. Okay, one more Law and Order before we get out of here quickly. Harlem's own Camron, he's suing J. Cole. He claiming he co-wrote and contributed to Ready 24, right? But he never got his promised feature credit, proper credit, or an interview that they had talked about, maybe, right? It appears on J. Cole's Might Delete Later. And Cam says they recorded it in 2022 with an agreement for a future collaboration or podcast guest spot. The estimated unpaid amount is $500,000, right? It's not about money. I guess it's about respect among veterans and new age lyricists, keeping your word. Cam could have charged. Maybe he wouldn't have taken the feature, but he did. So, Cam defined with the Diplomats. Well, he's one of the definers of the flashy mixtape era, them, Lil Wayne, a couple of others, and Cole built on authenticity. So when the business slips, looks kind of shady. We hope they work it out away from the courts. Listen, that's my time. I'll be back tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m. You guys know how we get down over here. Coming up next is Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I'm back at it tomorrow.
Pounds on the block, you think you about to get this shit over the counter, you're not. Ain't no prescription for this shit, you can't just dial at the doc. My wicked with the wrist, he whipped it out of a pot. From a powder to rock solid and count up the profits. You ain't gotta sell that shit no more, I got it on lock, I told you. I ain't finished yet, not by a long shot. Cole never snooze, won't even stop my alarm clock. Shout to Ryan Cool, that shit was scary to view. Cause his worst fears getting stopped by the wrong cop.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is urging Illinois lawmakers to redraw the state's congressional map to add another Democratic seat.
Donald Trump and Republicans have decided that they were going to try to gerrymander congressional maps all across the country as part of their effort to rig the midterm elections.
He says it would help counter Trump-backed redistricting and Republican